I've been wanting to make a vlog for a very long time. I'm a poet, and being a poet, you kind of make friends with a bunch of introverts, which is good. I love it all. I just got a lot going on in my mind. Where's my sweater? I had a sweater. I had my own YouTube channel back in 2011 when I was in college, and I had like so much more confidence when I was in college. It was ridiculous. I wanted to start a vlog again because I'm older and I have been through more things, and when I had previously made a channel, it was about me complaining about things I didn't really understand or didn't have a total comprehension of, didn't have a complete grasp of. It was clear that I had issues that I was projecting through my YouTube videos. I had contempt for the audience, and when you have contempt, that they can feel that, and that just wasn't good. So I had to take a step back. Thought I'd start vlogging again because, yeah, just so many things have happened, so many more anecdotes to tell. I really have to edit this down like a lot. It's a lot of drivel, isn't it? So I had this one video on my Adriana channel, and it was like this motivational, like, you can do it, college is wonderful, but I hadn't been through anything when I was 18 in first year college, and I think I just kind of did it because it was required of me. I was slowly becoming someone that I thought I had to be, but really wasn't who I was. I don't know, I just turned that into an existential crisis. It didn't need to. I didn't really have an idea for what my first video would really be about. I was just kind of gonna sit down, start talking in front of a camera, because I had really meant to do this for a very long time, to try to find my voice, try to fucking figure out where to look. I keep looking in the light, it's blinding me. But I figure for one of my first videos, I would recite a poem, because who doesn't love a little bit of poetry? So I started writing poetry when I was like a baby. No. ADHD. The only way that I could really express myself was in this weird psychobabble narrative that I've always developed and maintained. I developed and have always maintained. And I've always loved to write. I remember being in grade 9, I had an English teacher, Miss Lesarge. She gave us an assignment to write a story. We were given a rubric. I said, fuck that. I'm gonna write a story about how to write a story without following a rubric, and I called it To Make a Long Story Short. I got a D-. There you go. That's what happens when you don't follow the rules. Your dreams are crushed and you think you are no good at what you like to do. Thanks, Miss Lesarge. No, I'm not still bitter about it, but like, here's a poem from my poetry collection that I published because called Reprise. I'm back. I'm gonna turn the lights back on. I'm creeping myself the fuck up. Okay. So where's the room for solace when I'm aching? When the televisions scream at me, yeah, I know I'm not doing much about changing anything. I gotta be complete first before I can change much of anything, but I'm searching for some greater way to be. Getting lost, seeing trees, seeing green now, seeing no way out but forward now. Realizing starting again was harder now. Maybe it's time to take that plunge now. But then you popped up on my home directory. I got rid of that ages ago. You showed up on my magazines. Is that where you went? Are you rock and roll? High rolling fancy life, you got it now, it seems. But you're not fooling me. You're not fooling anybody. Eat your catered food, live fast, die young. Put on your tux and your alligator shoes. Kiss the living, breathing mannequins on the cheek. Are you doing cocaine in the bathroom now? Are you forgetting about me? 'Cause I got notes and letters you got left with you explaining that I'm the one you need. And this little house in my basement that hot summer. Those nights where I was content with just sitting right beside you. And we'd let those records play. Reprise, you'd say. I wish I had continued vlogging in 2012 and just hadn't stopped, because I would have been raking in some serious coin at this point. But you know what? What's done is done. Can't go back. So, what else? I deal with borderline personality disorder, which is just so much fun. It's like 18% of every mental illness to equal 100%. That doesn't make any fucking sense. We're mutts, basically, on the mental illness spectrum. It's like this thing, it's like, see, and it's so hard to explain. I don't even know what to say, actually, at this point. There's really nothing to say. It's just like, I deal with it, I cope with it, I'm going to therapy now for it, and it's like, there's no point to even talk about what's bad about it. Like, it was at a point where it was controlling me, but now that I feel like I have it in control, that really what's there I can't do. So I just have been really battling with that, though. Borderline, it makes you do things that have consequences, and you're usually in trouble with those consequences, and it leaves you exhausted and gutted, and it's repetitive. You end up just feeling like a very bad person, so you retreat, and in that retreat you miss out on a lot of stuff. You miss out on opportunities to make money, you miss out on opportunities to make friends. And even I was able to at one point see the future and be hopeful and be positive, but it goes away at points, at some points. If you weren't really holding on to it to begin with, it's gonna slip out of your hand. The energy is still there, whether your intent is malicious or not. So if you are intending on it to not work out, you're still putting energy in it. Fuck, that sounds simple, but you know what I mean? It's just, it's easy to say, keep going, and it's easy to say, trust your gut, you know. But what if you're so far in that forest that your gut doesn't know what's real and what's wrong anymore? You don't know. Because that's all you know is the unknown. And what's familiar to you is what's chaos, is something else. What you think is common sense, though it doesn't exist. And that's the thing. Common sense doesn't exist. We think it's relative. Can't be relative. It just doesn't exist at all. There's 7 billion and we think common sense exists, let alone be relative. I don't know. But you can't, cafeteria pick and choose your way through life, can you? That's something to put into a poem, I believe. And I feel like there's too much white space. I feel like I should be in the center. Doing this, I've realized that I've really lacked on forming my own opinions lately. It's been hard to concentrate on what I think is real. But after it's like waking up from a coma and everything's new. And you have to relearn everything and redo everything and meet new people, start all over again, explain your story. I just have a lot more on my mind. That is all I know.